So there are two ways that we can check and see if two functions are inverses. One way is to compose them together and see if we get an answer of x. And the other way is to go through our process with one of them and see if we get the other one. So I'm going to do the process of finding an inverse because I think it will be easier than composing them together, but we'll see. So remember our process, change f of x to y. Switch our x's and our y's, so all right, now before I can multiply through by this denominator to get y out, let's move the 12 to the other side. It will become x plus 12. And now, let's get the y out of the denominator by multiplying by that entire denominator on both sides. And that's kind of a mess, because we've got to multiply it here, and we got to multiply it on this side. Okay, so over here, fortunately, that cancels out, but we've got to multiply that out. So let's see, y times x is xy. Y times 12 is 12y. 58 times x is 58x. And 58 times 12 is 696. And then we have 25 on the right side. Okay, now I need to keep the y's together, but I want to move these two over to the right side. So I am going to keep my y's together. And when I move the others over, I'll have a negative 58x and a negative 696 and a positive 25. All right. Now, I really want to try to see if I can make it look like that, and that's not going to be easy here. This is probably not the best of problems, and I don't think this one is in the review because this one is difficult, but we've got to use this trick of factoring the y out over here to get y by itself. So we'll have an x plus 12 left when we do that. And I'm going to try to make it look like this over here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of group these two together. And now in this next step, when I divide out the x plus 12, I'm going to do it as if these were separate terms, which I can do. Now you'll see why I would do that, because it's really hard to tell that these are inverses from this process. Notice that this part already looks like this part. So I just need to get this part right here to look like negative 58, and I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to factor negative 58 out of the top. And when I do that, I'll have an x right there. And I'm betting that negative 58 goes into negative 696 12 times. 696 into 12. 58 is 12, yes. So what I can do now and we see that these will cancel out, and now it does look just like that one. It's just the negative 58 is in front. And that is definitely harder than it should have been. So I may need to make sure that's not on the review and the exam, because that's definitely harder than what I wanted you all to do. But hopefully that helps some.